Throwing grenades is so 20th century. Don't you know we drop from drones now?
Oh, easy, yeah. Or you got what's the name of the rocket launcher? Shoot, I can't remember now.
No, it's those.
The compact rocket launchers. Those things are beautiful. Like they had in 13 hours. That thing is beautiful.
I'm talking about the war in Ukraine with those drone drops.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Grenades.
You see the live cameras that when they drop those things?
We've seen so much. We've seen so many people. I've seen all that there is to see.
He sends like 2 videos of people dying every day in the chat. Yeah. And I'm like, this is bad for my soul, man. I don't want to
Taylor, those are my creme de la creme.
Every once in a while, Kyle will be like, check this one out, and no other thing. And then you start watching it, and it's just abhorrent. Like
every once in a while, Taylor, someone survives, so Kyle doesn't waste your time with those.
He was only wounded.
Like no, his jaw is like over there now.
Look at him; it's just a light maiming.
No. I watched one today. The guy was sleeping, and the grenade landed on his jaw, and in his by the way, he's in a trench. Yeah. So if he was clear-headed, he could have just taken it, thrown it outside the trench, and he would have been fine. But he wasn't clear-headed. He'd only been up for less than a second. Yeah. So he took the grenade and threw it behind his head by like a foot. He didn't make it.
Jeez. Yeah.
No. You don't want to make it usually. No, it's wild stuff. I've seen the suicide drones, the ones that just plow straight into someone, and you're like on the nose of that thing as some guy. I saw some guy like sitting on a tank.
They go for people or equipment?
This one went for a person on a tank. So yes, it like you see the side of his face as it's like, and then it goes and like goes like fuzzy, and it's like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I hate that you don't get footage after the crash. I know it's an impossibility. Like I get why, but I really want to see what happened right afterwards.
I need that AC-130 footage.
I saw that I think in Pennsylvania is where they're making a lot of the artillery shells. They said those factories are working 24 hours a day.
They can't keep up.
Making artillery shells for Ukrainians. It's wild.
Well, that's the newest thing now is that they're saying the war is not about soldiers on foot, and it's not about planes and stuff. It's about artillery. It's all about it's about artillery and whatever they're shooting it from RPGs all the way to whatever you have. Like it's they got to keeping up with missile ammunition. That type of stuff is like the hard part right now, and they can't keep up with the
it's been really fun to watch. This week the fresh thing is that MiG sort of collided with our drone. And if you saw what it did, it's really curious. I didn't understand what I was looking at first. It's coming in really hard, and then it's banking, I guess, but it's doing it while ejecting fuel. Yeah, that's its fuel that it's spraying, and I wonder, and it's clearly using that to try to disable the thing. Yeah. They keep saying it made impact with the propeller, and I can see the propeller's bent, and like it clearly stops working or whatever. But I wonder if the fuel did that, because I'm just thinking like maybe if it hit that liquid, it's not made to hit liquid.
But would it be so dense enough? Fast?
Would it just be atomized liquid at that point? Like it's like
there was a lot of it coming out.
Yeah,
a lot of that liquid coming out.
It did seem like it, but it is going so fast. I don't know. I guess it was
speeds that liquid
was it using that fuel to try to disable the drone? That was the plan, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mess up the propellers, but I think it actually made contact.
Yeah, it went down. I guess the Pentagon said they deleted whatever telemetry data it might have that Russians could glean from recovering it, and the Russians are there recovering small fragments. They say
like Black Sea fell in.
Yeah, it went like 80 nautical miles from the point that they impacted it. I think I read, and but
whose airspace was it?
Nobody.
International.
It was international. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know where to come from that. DeSantis. So here's the thing. Tucker Carlson sent a questionnaire to all the presidential candidates. I think that includes the president. And he asked them for basically their stance on Ukraine. It was a bunch of questions, but that was what it was about. And DeSantis came back and basically was like not in for the Ukrainian war. He doesn't want it. And they're comparing him to like the Hitler appeasers who are like, you know what? Just get Poland and stop there or wherever. I don't know what the truth is. I feel like you can only really know in hindsight.
It's good for the economy, Woody. I'm down for this thing for the long haul. I love it. We're gonna have like what we're gonna have is we're gonna have one of the most powerful armies in Europe owing us everything right on the front door of our old enemy who's fallen down and gotten old and rickety, and we're going to get to humiliate them for the next decade and a half over this shit. This is their Vietnam smeared all in their fucking wounds, like doo-doo in your eye kind of shit. This is wonderful what's happening, and I hope it keeps going and drags on forever. Not a single American has died that didn't volunteer because they watched too much Fox News. Don't go over there, y'all. What are you doing? Y'all, you have Reddit?
I have a friend who went over there. I have a friend who's over there now. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a bad move.
He invited me to go. Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking crazy.
Well, it depends what he's doing. Is he fighting or is he
he's training?
So like I've talked to people there, and I know that like you can go to Kiev right now. It's very, very safe. You can go to like really expensive hotels for fairly affordable rates. Like there's a hotel they told me that like
what is there to do there?
I mean, it's a
murder Russians.
Everything
you'd have to sell.
There's no battle in Kiev. Like Kiev is
nearby.
Like
no, I meant, but if you told me that they had awesome cheap hotels in Memphis, I'm not going.
I think it's
like the same way like Kiev.
You're comparing Memphis to Kiev?
Is there a Kiev roller coaster park?
I doubt that's running. I think it's a beautiful historical city, and the main reason to go would be like I just feel like over in Poland, there's got to be so many Ukrainian single ladies just piling up over there.
Oh, by the way, I'm flying to Poland to host a game on May 4th.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let us know if I'm right about the Ukrainian ladies
totally
on
that for you.
How did that get set up? A game in Poland?
There's a huge, massive game that happens put on by Germans, right? It's called Scenario Big Game. It's called if you want to go on their Instagram, they're called Battleground Paintball, and it's amazing because they use actual tanks in their games, actual tanks, actual personnel carriers. They set when you destroy an enemy base, actually set the whole building on fire.
What the fuck?
That's sick.
They have strippers off the field, so when you come off, they'll clean your gear topless.
Is it alcohol? What's the alcohol situation? It's Europe.
Live band. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Can you drink and play?
It's huh?
Can you drink and play?
No, I don't know.
Is that permitted?
I honestly don't.
I asked because some of those European countries, they treat like a 5% beer like it's a fucking apple juice. They're like, of course you can have a beer and drive. What are you,
in England? They love
Americans are very,
I thought you had
when it comes to
a whiskey.